The Iowa Senate and House both passed a bill that would restrict abortion to the first 6 weeks of pregnancy. Joining us now is Director Kedrowski with the Carrie Chapman Catt Center for Women in Politics at Iowa State. So there's been a lot of back and forth between the courts, lawmakers, and advocates. It can get confusing, especially when you add in the legal language. So as of right now, what do Iowans need to know?
Okay, well, as of today, abortion in Iowa is still legal up to 22 weeks. Unless the court takes action tomorrow, what will happen is that then after the governor signs this law, abortion will not be legal after the detection of cardiac activity, which is at about 6 weeks of pregnancy. So this would be a dramatic change in terms of our public policy, and it would come about very, very quickly without a lot of lead-in time.
Special sessions, they're rare, and again, not something the average person would know about. So in just plain terms, can you speak to why they are rare and why Governor Reynolds would call one?
Sure. Well, special sessions are rare because, for one thing, they are costly, right? You have to pay the legislators and the staff to come back and reopen the Capitol, even if it is just for one day, as we saw that happen this week. And I think that Governor Reynolds did this to demonstrate the importance that she attaches to, this legislation and enacting abortion restrictions within the state. If this had been introduced in the regular legislative session, it would have been one of hundreds of bills that the state legislature was dealing with. And that means that it just might have been ignored or shuffled to the back of the line. So if she wanted to make sure that the law was going to pass and get the full attention that she believes it needed, a special session made a lot of sense to her.
Thank you for breaking that down for us. Between the ban on gender-affirming medical care for trans youth and now the abortion ban, not just in Iowa but nationally, why is it becoming more popular for lawmakers to focus on issues like these?
Well, I think part of it is that the Republican Party has been working on sort of what they see as cultural issues for some time. We also see that state legislatures will mimic each other, right? If they see that there's a law that was passed in another state that they think is a good idea, they might go ahead and then copy that bill and introduce it into their own states. And so what we have been seeing is the proliferation of bills related to drag queens and drag performances, to transgender health care, and bans on abortion that have been spreading through a number of Republican-dominated states. So Iowa is just one of many states that have been grappling with similar types of legislation.
What do you foresee before we go? It doesn't seem like these lawmakers focusing on issues is going to slow down anytime soon.
I don't think so, though there will be certainly a break before the state legislature comes into effect in January. And certainly the courts will be asked to weigh in. Of course, there is already a court challenge to this 6-week abortion bill that was just passed, even though it has not been signed into law. And so we expect that the Iowa courts will be grappling with this. So the issue is not settled, and it won't be settled for a long time in Iowa or nationally.
Well, we thank you so much for your time. A lot of viewers have been asking us lots of questions, and we appreciate you just helping us navigate a very complicated scenario. So
absolutely.
Really appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.